Hello, I am Unstoppable Tracy. Welcome to We Can Wednesday. We are going to WWOP, W-H-O-P, wealthy, healthy, on purpose. We are going to WWOP ourselves into action with my magical goddaughter, Yasmin, who I'm not supposed to be touching, but we're in a hot tub, 100 degrees. So we're disinfecting during social distancing.
Yes.
I'm so proud of my goddaughter, Yasmin. She is taking women's studies at Western. So we got the We Can on Wednesday with women's studies from Western, WWW. And so we're going to do the wrestling version of top performance, some tips and tricks. So we were having dinner the other day, and there was like a lot of passion. So what can you share with people, some of the pet peeves and some of the faux pas that you're learning are getting highlighted in women's studies at Western?
Okay, so some of my faux pas, as you say, is that when women get made fun of for certain things, like if men say something to another man and diss that other man by saying a derogatory word of a woman, dissing that man and saying something about a woman as if saying being a woman is a bad thing.
Almost like, what are you, a woman?
Yeah, literally. And that is so absolutely disgusting, and it's horrible for women that hear those things and say, oh, well, we're women, so I guess that's a bad thing about being women.
Yeah.
Another thing is woman push-ups. So I say modified push-ups because I know lots of women can do, as everyone says, women push-ups or regular push-ups just as well as another man. And when people say woman push-ups, it gives that perspective that women are less strong and less physically active than men. Another one that I hate is when they say you scream like a girl or you're crying like a girl, like stuff like that, like emotional stuff, insinuating that women are more emotional than men and saying that men aren't allowed to be emotional, which brings in the topic of toxic masculinity, which is absolutely not okay.
So what's that mean, toxic masculinity?
Toxic masculinity is basically how a boy is brought up, and if they are brought up with the perspective that being a woman and being emotional like a woman is a bad thing.
Right.
And that's horrible, and men and boys should be taught that being emotional, crying sometimes is totally okay, and expressing their emotions. That's why domestic violence is a huge thing, because instead of crying or saying how they're feeling, they're hitting their wives, or they're screaming and having emotional baggage and emotional abuse against their wives.
In what they perceive as an emasculate, appropriate way.
Exactly.
And what's funny is right now during social distancing is 400%
Yes.
abuse is up extraordinarily.
Yeah.
So enough with some of this constructive stuff that tears our souls apart.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we flip this around about you are coming across like you're not even finished this women's studies course yet
Yes.
at Western. She's doing it in a social distance way right now. It's not stopping her, and you're thriving in this course. What are some of the empowering ways? How are you getting strength back that you've learned through women's studies?
Some ways that I get strength back is from researching, first of all. I love researching about the women that we talk about in our courses. Like Eli Claire, she talks about how the intersectionality of being someone who is disabled and a woman. And she also brings in how she's a trans man. So before she came out as a trans man, she was a woman. And before she came out as a trans man, she talked about how much oppression she got from being a woman and being someone who's disabled. And she talks about that intersectionality. And then another one that is very empowering for me is she's a beautiful black woman. Her last name is Crenshaw. And she is the one that brought up intersectionality. And this is extremely important for us women, and to talk about how the difference of being a woman of color or white woman, and how the intersectionality of the oppression occurs, and how important it is for us women to stand together no matter the race.
Instead of ignoring it.
Exactly.
I mean, talk about empowered woman, but you're 18?
Yes.
Yeah. Right, 18 ladies and gentlemen listening in on this Wealthy, Healthy, On Purpose Wednesday, where we can do anything we put our passion into, not just by believing, but by taking action. And that's what Yasmino does here. Yasmin, my goddaughter, I'm so lucky this is my goddaughter, and blessed in this world to be learning from her. And she's 18, and I'm 50. And all of us can learn and take action, whether we are 18 years old, whether we are 50 years old, whether we're a woman, whether we're a man, whether we're black or white, whether we're tall or small, whether we have a disability, whether we don't have a disability.
Whether we're LGBTQ, whether,
Right? And so, thank you for joining Yasmin and I on this We Can Wednesday. If Yasmin didn't role model for us Wealthy, Healthy, On Purpose, and what we can do about being advocates for intersectionality, about watching our language and the power of words. Any last wrap-up words before we say goodbye?
I think that the message should be that women should stick together and stop being derogatory towards each other.
Towards each other.
Yes.
Wow. I mean, holy cow. I got goosebumps and I'm in a hot tub. Holy cow. Thank you. Please look out for Yasmin. She is a force to be recognized with, not because she is smart, and she is very smart, scholarship at Western.
Thank you.
But she is an extraordinary up-and-coming opera singer, would you believe? So she's empowered in so many ways.
Thank you.
And please subscribe to Unstoppable Tracy for more of my unstoppable goddaughter and unstoppable you. And please subscribe to Wealthy, Healthy, On Purpose on these Weekend Wednesdays, because Yasmin and I want all of you to be unstoppable too. Bye, everybody.
Thank
See you next Wednesday.